and we're going to talk to you a little bit about our journey through the business, how we started the business. And for that, I'm going to leave you here with my wonderful husband so he can begin, as he did begin the business as first, as a single. And he'll tell you a little bit about how he started and what made him begin the business and so on. And I will be back soon.
So, yeah, like my wife said, I started the business first. I started the business single. The business was brought to me by my uncle, Eddie, and my mentor, Eddie and Violeta Pelayo. Like I mentioned, I wanted to get rid of a TV. So the only way I could get rid of the TV was to go to a meeting of open plan. So I ended up going. And when I went, like I said, great people were, clapping and all fired up. But little did I know that I was going to get in this business. I was mad. I crossed my hands. I crossed my legs. I crossed my mind. And when I was sitting there in the front, I said, when we get out of here, he's going to get it. He's going to get it because I've been telling him I don't want to be on this. I don't want to go to his meetings. So the guy was talking, explaining the plan, and I knew it was good, but I was still mad. Until he got to the point where he said, would $9 be good for you? And I'd be like, no. And in my head, I was like, damn, all this talk for $9? And I didn't tell him, right? But he told me, they're not good. I'm like, no, with my attitude. And he tells me, well, give me $9. And I was like, no, I'm not going to give you $9. I don't even know you. And he's like, they're good, huh, Anthony? It's because they put your name, so that's how he knew your name. He's like, Anthony, they're good, right? You could buy 2 gallons of milk, or you could back then it was like 3 gallons of milk and about 3 or 4 gallons of gas. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So I started crossing my legs, and then we got to 12%. He got to the other levels where you could achieve. I started uncrossing my hands, my mind. I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. And at the time, remember, I was single. So I was an LED programmer, and I was after that I would be a nightclub promoter. I would help my uncle run his club in the nights, on the weekends. So I had money, but I really didn't have money. I didn't have no money in the bank account. I thought I had money, but I would always waste it because I didn't have no responsibilities. I would rent the Ferraris, I would rent a Lamborghini. I would live a life that wasn't mine. So when he gets to that, I said I would buy a Lamborghini, and then he's like, you could do it, Anthony. You could do it. And then I felt good. And then I'm like, say it again. And then he's like, you could do it, Anthony. And then when we got out of there, my mind of thinking was different. As we were going to meet him and shake his hand, he's like, are you ready to start? I'm like, yeah, I think I am, but I didn't sign the application. So when we got home, my sneaky uncle, he tells me, okay, let's get the TV in the van. So at that time, I wanted $500. And he tells me, okay, here's $200. So I took him, and thanks to that TV, and thank you to him, that's why we're here tonight. This afternoon talking to you guys, and you could be here as well. And so so keep on going on my journey was that I would go to these events, I'll be all fired up, and you could do it, and I would like, yes, this time I'm gonna go and show the plan. And guess what? Friday came around, here I am, have to get ready, I have to go to the nightclub. And all my responsibility was to promote the singers. So going forward, so that was my dream. And 3 weeks away was the convention. And when I went to that convention, I saw these people. I saw Juan Ruelas. I saw people that had achieved certain levels and people being recognized. And that convention made me open up my eyes and my mind even more to this business opportunity. And when I saw this, when I saw that, I was like, yes, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go and contact everybody. So that convention opened up my mind, and I know we have a convention coming around. I invite you to attend to it. It's a different way of looking at the business. So moving forward, I met my wife. In while I was doing this business. I met her, and we got married. I was trying to do the business, but my wife had a different mind of thinking. She wanted to keep on doing what, her going to school, dedicate herself to her goals that she had. So she wasn't too focused in helping me. She didn't understand it. So every time I would try to take her to an open, especially we had an argument that day. She'd be like, no, I'm not going to go with you. So, like my wife said on the 3Ds, that's why we have to planify as a couple. And when she understood that this business was a way out of that routine that we had, that's when things started happening in our business and our lives. So, to tell you a little bit more about me, when I was growing up, when I was a little kid. Yes, not too long ago, maybe 30 years ago. Yes, where I'm my 30s. I know I don't look like 30s. So growing up, I grew up really poor. And the reason why I don't tell you so you could feel sorry for me. The reason why I'm telling you is because maybe there's people that are going through the same situation or went through it when they were small. My first job, which is not bad, I ended up working as unloading containers. I would unload containers, and there's nothing bad with it. But I would tell myself, why did my mom would push me so hard to study and to do good in school so he could get a good job? This is not a good job. This is hot in here, especially in the summer. It was extremely hot like right now. And so when people would leave to their break, I would jump in the forklift and I would teach myself, because I remember they would ask for workers to drive forklifts and they would pay them $1 more. So I understood that the more knowledge you had of things, the more money you make. So I started working. I started teaching myself how to drive the forklift. And one day I told my boss, hey, Herbert, I know how to drive the forklift. Why don't you give me a chance? He's like, okay, show me. So he gave me the opportunity. And then later on, I would always give my extra. Why would I give my extra? Because I understood that's the only way you could, prosper. So people would leave. People would do their 8 hours like most of us. We work. We put our 8-10 hours of work, and then all we want is our paycheck. We go and cash it and go to our home. So I understood that if I give my extra, better things would come to me. So when nobody wanted to stay to finish those containers to unload, and the supervisor was so stressed, I'm like, what's wrong, Herbert? He's like, we have to get all these containers out, and nobody's willing to stay. He's like, don't worry, man, I'll help you out. Not so much because I wanted to be nice too, because I knew there was money overtime, right? So I would go there and unload the containers, and I would always give that extra. And to one day he told me, hey, Anthony, I think it was just 19. He told me, hey, Anthony, would you be interested in becoming a floor lead? I'm like, hey, is it more money? He's like, yeah. Like, oh, then yes, I'm interested. And so he gave me the opportunity. I was 19 years old. And since there, I always applied to be supervisor, manager, and moving forward, I managed a couple of big companies. And I remember, and I was still doing the business, but I wouldn't move past the 12%. And every time we come and they tell us your dream, like my Ferrari, I want to buy a Ferrari. Until one day, we went to this convention, and the speaker up there, a lot of you, that was in Spanish, and he's like, a lot of you come from different states, from different countries. You come here, you promise your parents you're going to work, that you're going to do something with your life so you could help them, so you could take care of them. But not a lot of you keep your word. You come and you forget, or you get stuck in this routine, homework, work, home. But you have to deep in your heart, deep inside of you, what's going to move you. You're going to have to find that desire of doing something different to prosper in life. And I remember in that convention, it hit me. My dream is not a Ferrari or Lamborghini. My dream is to help more kids. My dream is to put a big warehouse and help a lot of people so they don't have to go through what I went through or be working on the sun. So moving forward, I identified my dream. I identified that dream thanks to that convention. And then I planned it with my wife. I started doing the business. But thanks to the books, the great tools that are optional with Team Vision, books changed the mind of thinking that I had. Because the mind of thinking that I had was of a worker. I did not have a mind of thinking of an entrepreneur. I didn't know anything about starting a business. It's more what we have in our minds and our head, what makes us rich and what makes us poor. Because if the worker knew what the owner did, how to start that business, he would not be the worker. He would be the boss, the owner. But most of the times, they're never going to tell you in other business how they did to succeed in life. That's why you got to thank your mentor. That's why you got to thank the person that invited you to this business, because they want to show you. They want to help you as well. And that's why I'm always going to be thankful to my mentor, Eddie Beleta Pelayo, for this opportunity. It changed my life in so much ways. It made me think different. So it made me change what I was thinking, because our minds are like computers. We have a 2.0, and right now I think the latest Windows is 10. So we have to, and then not just 2.0, but we get infected with virus. So now we have to clean all that thing that we have in our minds. And what is that? Going to these events, so that they're going to tell us how they did it. We're also going to read books of how to, better ourselves financially, better as a couple. And not because you have to, because we got to change that mentality of thinking. So I did change my mind and mentality. I started reading more books. And one day, I was ready. I saved up money, and I wanted to partner with my sister doing this business. Thanks to the books and the audios, it made me change my mind of thinking. So I wanted to open up that warehouse, but then I remember, I'm all like, that warehouse, they don't hire the people. I remember I have to call this temp agency to send me the people to work. They don't control too much who they hire. They control certain people, but most of the people are the temp agency employees. So what I did, at the time, my mind thinking was different. What I did, I applied to an agency. They gave me a job position of a branch manager. And I learned everything I could because I wanted to open up. My focus was not to open up an agency. So I learned as much as I could. I ended up partnering up with my sister, and me and my wife, at the time, she had just graduated from medical assistant. And I told her, don't pursue that career. She was already working as a medical assistant. Don't pursue it. It was like a week into it, but she'll get more into it. So come and help me. Let's build this one too, just like we're doing with our other business, which is Amway. She's like, okay. She understood, and thanks to my wife, that she's so smart and beautiful. She helped me build that business as well as we are building this one. But with that agency, what we did, we built it that nowadays we give more than 500 people work. Yeah, more than 500 people. We give them work. There's people that work for us. But not just that. We were blessed enough that nowadays, I think it was that 4th or 5th year that we're going to go back to that school where I was in elementary. And that school, we sponsor more than 15 kids every year. Me and my wife take them shopping for Christmas. And you see them how they cry, the parents. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you so much, Noemi, because this year we weren't going to have money to buy gifts for our kids. My husband just lost his job. He was laid off. I didn't have money. I don't work. I can't work. So many stories that you hear. And just to be able to have been able to be blessed and be able to bless others is just priceless. But first, we had to change the mentality of thinking, the mentality of a worker into an entrepreneur. Maybe personally, but we got to change that mentality. We have to. And I'm always going to be grateful with this business. You'll hear me say it again and again, because thanks to this business, my life has changed dramatically. And so has for so many leaders. But I could keep on continue about my journey, but I just want to let you know that this business is a beauty. It helps people. It changes lives. This is the best, the greatest business that there could be. Yes, there's other businesses, but nothing like this one that has a business system proven to make you better as a person, to make you better as a husband and a wife. But not just that, has great products, great partners, the partner stores. It's just a beauty. But I want to leave you with my beautiful wife so she could tell you where she comes from and how our journey still to be continued, but how it has helped us and changed us.
Wow. Listening to my husband's story, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what he has done, and I've always supported everything that, he wants to do, and his ideas are always so great, and I'm so thankful, like I had said, to God for him, because that's what we have to do as a couple, as a wife, support our husband, be with them by their side, they want to take us to they're going to take us to a better place. So just a little bit about my background. I was born in the San Fernando Valley in California. So anyone who's over there at the San Fernando Valley, I was born over there, raised over there. My parents, they immigrated immigrated from Mexico. And one thing that my hard workers, one thing that my mom always put in us was to go to school, to go to school. I think that's what a lot of moms, they do. They tell you, go to school, have a career, finish school, and be something. So that's always something that stayed in me. And as I was growing up, like they say, when we're small, we have big dreams. When we're little kids, we have big dreams. We want to be, a doctor. We want to be a nurse. We want to be a singer. We want to be, an engineer, a lawyer. All these dreams we have when we're small, when we're kids, And as we grow up, it's true. It's life. It fades them away, or makes us forget them. So when one of my dreams, or one of my, when you're in school, then they tell you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Was to be a doctor, a pediatrician doctor. I wanted to do with the kids. So as I was growing up, that was always my dream. Like I wanted to achieve that career. And then, life happens. You move, you start growing up. Unfortunately, when I was almost going to finish high school, my mom passes away. So it's kind of like a hit, right? For us who don't have a mom, it's a hit for us, because our moms are like our everything. Are like they're our whole. They're what guide us, that gives us advice. That we feel that love. I mean, fathers are wonderful too. I love my father because he's always been a hard worker. But my mom was always the one, like they say, like the one in who's always guiding us and giving us advice and giving us that love that we needed. So she passed away. But for me, I understood that I had to keep going. I had to keep going. I couldn't just let that bring me down. Which I don't know if a lot of people sometimes, instead of moving on to their and being something in their life, it breaks them. It breaks them, and then they start doing things that they shouldn't be doing. But I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to continue that dream that my mom had said, or that encouragement that she gave us. Be something, finish your school, finish your career. So I couldn't continue doing doctor and being a pediatrician. So I looked into being a medical assistant, and I went to school for it. I did finish it, and like my husband said, when I was already finishing it, then that's when he introduced me into the business. But why do I tell you that? Because why do I tell you about how I wanted to be a doctor or a nurse? Because we come from that. Well, we come from that mentality of doing a career, of being something, of doing a profession. But never in my mind was I thinking of being an entrepreneur or joining a business. So this was new to me. It was new to me, like it's probably new to a lot of you. Being a business person, being an entrepreneur, being different. Because it requires to be different, to change the way that you think, even change the way that you dress. And sometimes that's a lot of things that we don't want to do. We don't want to do. I remember that I had downlines that they didn't want to do the change of the way they looked. And it's not, of course, nobody forces you to do anything, but you have to think, what are you representing? You're representing a business to be good. It's like when they say, when you go to an interview, you have to give a good impression. The first impression is that counts. So imagine going to an interview, in jeans or in shorts. You're not going to give a good impression. So I had to change all that. I had to change from thinking that I'm going to be, be in a career or continue my, my career, or continue my that I like the job. I got hired as a medical assistant in a pediatric clinic, and I was already, yes, I did it. I'm sure my mom is proud of me. And then when my husband tells me, oh, we're going to do we're going to open up an agency and come with me, work for me, what's going to be working for ourselves, for our own future. I didn't want to, because I'm like, no, but I like what I do. I like my job. And I had to, I'm like, I'm not a business person. And then when he also showed me the plan, and I saw that I didn't understand anything about the plan, but what did catch my eye was it helped us as a couple. So that's why I also, and it's true, like they say, I didn't really have a choice, but then because he was already in the business, but in order for me to to support him and continue doing the business, I had to know the business and I had to join. And also if, once he got the money and the checks, I mean, it was just going to be on his name. So if it's just the wife or just the husband, I recommend that you join as well and sign, because if not, then the check's just going to be on their name. It's not going to be on both of your names. So I also thought about that. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's true though. If I wanted to benefit from it, I had to join also. I had to put work in it. So I did join as well. And being working together was also another of the hardest things, because as couples, you get married young, and you guys, we think we know each other, but as we actually start getting together, and you start seeing like the differences in each other, and maybe disagreement. So that's another thing that helped me with, the business helped me with, because it helped me understand myself, it helped me understand my husband, it helped me understand our children, because sometimes we as women, we don't have patience with our children. I don't know, I hear sometimes when we're, I hear other people, they're not in the business, but other people that say like, aren't you happy that, aren't you like, not happy, aren't you like, how did she say it? Like, doesn't it frustrate you that you're going to have your kids doing homeschooling, like the virtual school at home? And I'm just like, why would that frustrate me, And I told her, why? Well, because you're going to have them. Didn't you have them the whole vacation? And now you're going to have to have them, during this virtual schooling. And I said, no, I love my children. Thanks to this business, I learned that that's the best thing that can happen in a woman's life, our children. The blessing of having them, the spending time with them, that, that quality of time and learning each one of them, because they're all different. All of our children are different. Their personalities, just as each one of us is different. So I was like, no, I actually like it. I'm actually happy that we're able to do it, that they're here at home, that it's not like they have to go to school because they're more exposed to, I don't know, maybe that exposed to the pandemic thing. But I had to learn all that. I had to learn all that. For all you women, you have to learn how to work together with your couple, how to love your children, how to better yourself. I know that a lot of us women, we come, I don't know, we have maybe you might say, but you don't know my background. But that's why you gotta grow. You gotta read these books that are gonna help your self-esteem, that are gonna help you grow as a person, that are help you believe in yourself, that you women, that you're great, that there's greatness for you, and that you can become whoever you want to become, that you can prosper in life. It doesn't matter if you're single. It doesn't if single or if you're married. It doesn't matter. You can become whatever you want. Women, we're the creation of God. So is men. But we're capable of doing so much that sometimes we don't believe it. But you have to believe it in yourself. You have to believe first, change yourself, so then you can help change others, or help them grow in the business as well. And believe me, if you help yourself, if you grow yourself as a person, if you believe in yourself, so many great things are gonna come. Thanks to this business, I'm able to speak up here. I wasn't able to speak in front of people or in front of cameras or anything. No, I was a very shy person, so much that my self-esteem was low. Was like, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I can do any of this. In the beginning, like I had said, I didn't believe I was able to do this. I'm like, a business?
Sorry,
like,
we used to fight when we go to the store. That's how low her self-esteem was down. She wanted a sweater, and I told her, where's the lady over there? The worker. She's like, no, let's just go. She didn't have the confidence, and look at her now.
Yes.
She talks and doesn't let me talk now. Nah, just kidding. I wish she's great though.
This is what the books and the audios do. For everything, we have to have like they say, like in school, you have to have your books, and for whatever subject you're studying, or or even for a career, you have to have certain studies, books, and I don't know, videos, and the same thing for this business. I know that they say that it's optional, but thanks for that. Things that I took it, I didn't take it for granted. Well, I did at the beginning, because also that's another thing. I didn't want to do the business. I didn't want to listen to them. I didn't want to read the books, and that also delays your success and your goals.
She didn't want to listen to her upline, which was me.
Yeah, but why? Because it's again, it's a couple, so we think that he just wants me,
Control her.
Control me. Yeah, they want to tell me what to do. No, I'm not gonna do it. I would tell him, but I wasn't thinking that it was delaying my process, our organization, to grow our goals. So you have to, if you have those audios and if you have those books, take it, don't take them for granted, and then in a few months, you're gonna be a person. Maybe you might not see it, but other people will see it. And then sometimes you're gonna speak up, you're gonna speak, and you're gonna be like, where did I get all this information from? How did I even know? How did I even speak? Because that's what it does. It grows yourself in. It makes you believe in yourself. But it's a process. Remember, guys, it's a process. But anyone can do it. You single women, you can do it. You could do it. Remember, there's greatness in you. You just gotta take it out. There's a champion in you. You just gotta bring her out. You men, there's a champion in you. Don't make that as an excuse. No, I don't have a partner. This business has so much that sometimes we don't see it. We can't see ahead of what the rewards that it has for us. And that's what we're going to talk right now a little bit about. All the rewards that it has given us. Visualize yourself. This is our rewards. These are our some of the things that we got from the business, thanks to this business. Visualize yourself so one day you can be up here and share with everyone out there your rewards, your success in the business, what you accomplish. And for that, I'm going to leave you here, my husband, so he can share a little bit about it.
So for those melancholic, I want to clear something up. So we have 6 kids. Together, we have 5, and I have 1 daughter. So that makes it 6. I know, because you're going to probably count that. Well, that's 6. You said 5. Sorry, I apologize. It's 6, my daughter. This is our beautiful family. We have our little baby, our newest addition, which is Anthony. And then we have our daughter, Luna, Hennessy, Brianna, and Junior, and our daughter, Denise. They're great blessings. And the most beautiful part of it, that we get to spend quality time with them. Thanks to that, we did something different. That we just didn't think, that we didn't make that mistake. We didn't make that mistake thinking that only from our work, from our job, we could prosper. There's other ways. Like this great opportunity. And like I told you, if you're in it already, take advantage of it. Let yourself be mentored, guided. Because if they're bringing it into your life, it's because they know it's good. They know you could be something in life. And you have great mentors, great persons. And a couple of trips that we have taken, thanks to Team Vision and Amway. One of them is Washington, D.C. We went to Washington. What did we go to Washington for?
For the convention.
For the convention planners. Yeah, we got out there. Beautiful. I forget now. Before I could tell you, but I was like, so many trips besides, but these are the ones from the business. We went to Michigan, Chicago, New York, New Jersey, and Texas. When we went to Chicago when I was growing up, my favorite team was the Bulls because Michael Jordan used to play. And I always wanted to go there. And you know what the beauty of it? Thanks to Team Vision, that we went to do a workshop, I was able to know Chicago, and I was able to go to their stadium. To me, that was a dream come true. And also in Texas, when we went to Texas to give us a workshop out there, the Cowboys, man, we went to their stadium, beautiful stadium that they have, and we got to tour it. So it's an amazing journey that we have, and it continues. It just keeps on continuing, and it keeps on getting better. And the same is for you. You just got to make yourself the decision to do it, to really do it.
And so many rewards, like we said, we love spending time with our kids. And don't give that as an excuse, because we have 5. We have 5, and we were able to still continue doing the business. Why? Because we were able to manage, organize our time. For all the women. When you want to achieve something, we women, we're women that we're smart, and we'll make it happen. So you have to organize your time, manage it. It doesn't matter how many kids you have or the time or anything. If you manage it and you organize your time, you're able to achieve. And here's we take them to the lake. We spend time with them. We take them to school.
Hold on. Let me clear something up. We don't take them on Saturdays and Sundays. Now we take them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays where everybody's working, and we get to enjoy them really quality time. Sorry, babe.
That's true, because there's no people. That's the beauty of this business. We can get to go in, like, every day is Saturday for us, and that's a blessing. And it gives us so much, it gives me so much joy that, I get to go, like on that muffin to mom with the girls, we get to go on their school events. They do school events, and we're able to be there with them. And it's sad how sometimes we see children and they're looking for their parents and they're not there. And then you can see their little head like bowing down, like they're sad because they weren't able to take that time to go with them because they couldn't, because they're at work, making someone else's dream come true instead of theirs. And then, with this pandemic, how we had to be at home, I even learned how to make handmade tortillas. And that's something that I always told my husband, when we have our house, I'll make you handmade tortillas, babe, every day. But guess what? I didn't do it. So I'm like, thank God, thanks to this pandemic, I learned. And my girls even, they learn as well. Because they want to, they want to be with you. They want to learn. And they're right there learning with me. And I took a picture of her because it's something that moments that they're, unforgettable, that you have to have, and they wanted to go on the snow on Christmas. So we took them. Why not? We said we have to make unforgettable moments for them. And when they're child, because once they grow up, and that's it. That's why if you have a child, you have to hurry. You have to hurry, give it your 100 so you can have those unforgettable moments for them because they were only childs once. And then, we cooked for them, family meal. And another amazing thing about my husband is that I love, I think that's something that probably we women would like, that mean you women, because I already, thank God, he cooks. He cooks, he helps me cook, and I took him a picture, he cooked for us. And
now with like, time, yes. I cook. I'm the one who cooks at home. And I love it because it's just we have the time, and I love surprising my wife with food, our kids. It's just stuff that I wouldn't think in my life that I would be doing, cooking. Before this opportunity, or before even doing the opportunity right, I would demand my wife to make me food. Now it's like, no, babe, you sit down, you read your book, I'll cook.
Yes, it's amazing. See, women, amazing what this business can do. And then we got our daughter, and I say our daughter because it doesn't matter if we're married. Everything is ours. Correct. Everything is together. We also, reward just as our kids. We also help our parents because they give us life. They're the ones that supported us for so many years. So now it's our turn to help them. We took my dad. There's my dad. He's my only thing left. So I have to do this for him. I have to, they say we're not gonna stay here. We gotta keep going. I gotta keep going to help my dad. If you, like I said, if you take off the focus on you and you help others, you're gonna get the blessings and so much more. So for helping for giving up that and giving it to my in-laws, you don't know how much blessings we have received. And that's the same with our downlines. If you take it off you and you focus on them and helping them and helping them succeed, you're going to get so much in your life that you're even going to say, wow, God, thank you for this. And that's going to be all for me. Thank you, Team Vision. Thank you for giving us some great mentors, Eddie and Violeta Pelayo. I'm always going to be thankful to them because she built me up. She gave me so much advice, and she gave me so powerful words that told me, you can do it, Noemi. You're going to overcome this. You're going to be good. You're going to be better with your couple. Believe me. And thanks to her, I'm here now. And thanks to Amway for providing this opportunity for everyone, anyone, doesn't matter where you come from, but do dreams come true? Because if it wasn't for this opportunity, I wouldn't be able to travel. I wouldn't have been able to give this to my kids or give this to my, have my dad with me and give this trip to my in-laws. So it was a great pleasure to be here. Don't stop dreaming and keep going.
Well, like my wife said, we're wrapping it up now. But what I want to leave you with is, it's not the money that you obtain from this business. It's the person you become. It's that person that you become and you change. Who would have thought that my wife would have given up her trip of that honeymoon that she wanted to go to Hawaii? She gave it up to give it to my parents. And you know what? That's the kind of woman, if you're married, that your wife's going to become into. If you're a man, you could become a great mentor and a great leader as well for your house. I tell you what, do this business, not because of the money. do it for you to change the lifestyle, but so you could become a better person, so you could become that great leader, that great father, that great brother. We want to thank all of Team Vision. We hope to see you soon. We thank you. We send you a big, big hug.
God
Thank you.
bless.